Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another of our games. We had a bit of a mix-up. Team, of course, we're still getting used to this new double bracket thing, so we had a couple games started on us that we were trying to get into. But luckily, we still have a match to bring you for our second game of the night: Ulster Valorant versus Trinity Homies. They both lost their previous match. I believe Ulster lost their game 13-5, and Trinity lost their game. Or sorry, Trinity lost their game 13-5, and Ulster lost theirs 13-9. So still respectable score lines. But we're gonna have to see who can come up better in this one as we move over to split. What do you think of these champion selects so far?
Well, Sage, pretty much, it used to be a meta pick. Sometimes you see her, sometimes you don't. It's still always nice to have for the Resurrection as well as that mid control. The Sentinel pick, apart from the Sage, is pretty intriguing. For the defenders, you have that Cypher, which does get you a bit more additional information with the Cypher cam. Plus, you have the trips that don't really go out of range. So even if you're playing on B side, you go rotate over for a little bit of backup. You can still have your utility on site to take care of it. And the Chamber, a little bit more of an aggressive agent. Controller choice as well. Brim gives you a bit more of that post plant setup to play with. Sky as an initiator makes perfect sense. You got the flashes, the heals, everything else. And this duelist pick is what really has me intrigued, because for the attackers, it's a Phoenix which brings both pros and cons. The pro being that you can just farm up that run it back, just get that Phoenix ult ready to go in extra life every couple of rounds, especially since it's one of those few ults that's still 6 points in the game. So definitely, I'm looking forward to seeing him becoming a little bit more viable. But that said, he just lacks the space making capability that the Jet possesses in spades. So I think that pretty much we're on a little bit of an even footing. For the attackers, at least, I think that if they can charge up that run it back fast enough, as well as find some value on the Chamber, on the Lurk, maybe a couple of picks, it might be what they need to push through this.
Yeah, for sure. And as you said, Phoenix with that run it back, still, I think he's like him and Reyna. Is there any other 6-point
Cypher.
ultimates left?
Cypher.
Vipers? Or,
Cypher,
sorry,
Cypher.
Cypher. I thought you said Viper. I was like,
No,
I'm
no,
pretty
no.
sure this is 9.
She's 9, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, like Phoenix, honestly, like at least when I run into them in like ranked games, especially like when it's someone that actually like has hours on this champion or this agent, it can be so oppressive when they actually do stack the Phoenix ult constantly, because it's like every second round they have their ult, if they're playing it correctly. And as you said, like Jet is better for like explosive space taking, but with that run it back being so like constantly basically being online, you can use it to the same effect, being able to flash around corner, use the run it back to get yourself out and clear space for your team, and then have them follow you out. And on a map like Split, it's going to come down to how good this Cypher is as well. Holding that B site, I assume, is where they're going to be, with those the one-way cages and stuff like that. So it's gonna be an interesting one. I did have a quick look at I think it was the ranks of the teams and I spoke to a couple of players just before we got into the game. This is a lower ranked lobby of the tournament, so I think we will see a bit more spicy plays coming out, a bit more stuff that's a bit more risky. But I think it should be a good game overall.
Yeah, definitely agree. With the seeding being done, it's teams that are more on that even footing to go up against each other, so you're not going to be seeing any 13-0 stomps. I know some people in chat were looking forward to it, but at least not today. I doubt it's going to be happening, which honestly I favor personally, because while stomps are fun to cast, you get over faster, you can go get off your casting desk. I personally do like the games that are a little bit more challenging. Our first game, to recap, for those who weren't here, was a 13-11, almost going all the way to overtime, but at the end, I believe that one of the teams were able to clutch it up. Now, map number 2, we have Split coming up. Favor of the squad here. Finally, the bleeding stops as AAA Minister is able to find 2 kills of their own. 3, in fact, as Axo goes down. And suddenly the tables have turned here. Trinity Homies, with the numbers advantage, take control of A site and should be able to get that plant down.
No AAA. Gonna get that spike planted now in a 2 versus 1. Benzino gonna have to pull something off here. Slowly just trying to get into Cypher. Doesn't check his corner, and Alpha Wolf will be able to secure the round for the Trinity Homies.
Pretty nice round to come out of both of these teams. A bit chaotic like you expected to see towards mid. Awkward fights, but that said, I think that for Trinity Homies, the fact that their Sage was able to find AAA Minister, was able to find a triple kill there somehow towards mid was pretty impressive. So I think that was really the difference maker for that round. Also, the map control, I think that there was a very late lurk coming in from the chamber towards A to find that information that, hey, the side is clear, you can come over and get a plant. And quick rotations off the back of those calls. Now, heavy stack on this B side by the defenders, looking for a little bit of value, but it's just the opposite side that the opponents are swarming on. A is completely free for the taking, and they know it for now. So they're just going to get that spiked out without too much trouble.
Yeah, they really are just walking straight on. Of course, beating on that eco after the first round. Just gonna try. They try to go for something. Sadly, they picked the wrong site. So, but actually managing to find a pick onto AAA right at the beginning of this retake. Alpha gonna have to go big here. Find some two. That's 2 guns recovered for Ulster. Potentially, I don't know if they. It looks like they didn't manage to collect both of those guns. They do have Spectre, but they have the Brimstone. Watching that flank, gonna cut him off. Penguin now gonna watch for these exits. Oh no, the first shot goes wide. Actually hits the Phoenix with the second shot. Second round goes over to Trinity Homies. But we're going towards a full buy finally on the bonus for Trinity Homies. Yeah, Ulster tried something on their eco. Almost worked out, to be honest. They just picked the wrong site, so got to see what they get to go for now. I'm curious about the Cypher setup. If our lovely observer could throw us over to the defending Cypher. I'm kind of curious what the setup they're going for is. It looks like they're going for high cam, double tripwire on the box, and then I think maybe I don't know if they put a cage up on top of that arch. A really impressive one way that we see the Cypher do every once in a while. Early kill from Blue Spotted Plant over onto Axo. Benzino going to get a refrag though. There's that high camera that I was talking about. With that Cypher setup, it's really, really hard to take down because you can't get rid of it while you're in that arch. It still hasn't been broken, giving so much information. The swing isn't good. Look at taking down Blue F8. Gotta find one. And finds a second and a third to secure the first round for Ulster.
Yeah, it looked a little bit dicey there, especially with the Cypher going for the wide swing and then getting taken down, but really nice triple to come out of the sky for the side of Ulster Valorant to win their full buy. That said, though, it was a really expensive round because Trinity Homies were kind of playing off the back of that bonus. I think we saw like 1 rifle come into play, but aside from that, it was pretty much just them sticking to whatever they had left over from that previous one. So that being the case, the fact that they were able to take down 3 of these players on the Ulster side is gotta be pretty satisfying for them. Now though, we're going to be seeing a full buy versus full buy round. So far from the side of Trinity, it's been these kind of heavy hits, 4-1 splits that we've seen so far, and it seems to be that they're maintaining that this time around, attacking this ace side. But these defenders, they have quite a heavy presence on the side, and realizing that perhaps it's going to be a quick rotate to come out of the Trinity squad here, looking for some kind of pressure towards his B site instead, and B has been left open pretty much for the retake thanks to the Cypher utility online.
Yeah, this full rotate coming out. Cypher cam was actually down. We'll now spot the rotate coming in. There's that one-way cage that I was talking about. It's so oppressive. The Cypher can just see everything, and you can't really see much. There's a couple of spots you can predict the Cypher to be in, but being able to constantly change, and especially because he can stand up on those steps and just see your feet spray through that cage. Blue Penguin actually managed to catch one onto back-to-back. Sage wall goes down, but not really going to be able to do much, and AAA managed to find one as well. Now to a 4 versus 4.
30 seconds left.
Spike is just going all over the place. It's heading back towards A now. Doing a full map rotate. Just the pump fakes on pump fakes. As they've now been let through, but
oh no,
can't get the kill. Manages to get a lot of damage down though, trading towards the site as well.
10 seconds left.
Flash comes through from the Phoenix. It's A10. Gonna be able to get out.
Huge kill. With the Phoenix going down, it's a 2v3 scenario. Ulster on the retake situation. One of these players from Trinity Homies so low here, tucked in the corner, and it goes check. So now it's just going to come down to Alpha Wolf. He's found a couple of crucial kills in the past, but in this 1v2, the high-low setup is too much for him as he swings around the corner. And Melody Satan will be the one to find the defuse as Ulster. They find their second round on the defense. I think that the biggest mistake that Trinity kind of made there was, despite finding a pick early on, or at least a trade towards mid, they took so much time to decide where exactly they wanted to go. I think that the fact that they didn't even get into the site until there were only 10 seconds left kind of left them open in a lot of spaces, and Ulster were able to take a lot of advantage of it, fighting towards ramps, finding a couple of kills, and just doing so much damage to the remaining players. It was a little bit too much for Trinity Homies to deal with. Now, economy got to be very much firmly in favor of Ulster. They're going to be able to afford up a full buy once again since they did win that round, and they're slowly but surely building that buffer.
Fast B hit looking like it's being set up for the side of Trinity. Once again, that camera, so oppressive, going to be able to spot out so much. They're trying to break it, but it's such an awkward spot. It's right on top of that. There's like a little canopy thing. And because it's on top of it, it's really hard to hit from within the tunnel unless you walk forward. And once you do that, you're at a risk of being swung on. But once again, just got to send it back towards mid. Just trying to get whatever map pressure they can, but that Cypher and Sage combo, really oppressive on the defensive side. And when you know you're starting on defense, it is something you see get pulled out. Slows down that mid attack, slows down that B attack, makes the attackers really have to think about where they want to go. As we see the chamber just try to poke and prod for any information. It will spot out the Sky jump peeking towards A now. Paranoia going to come out onto the mid players. But Alpha Wolf and back-to-back actually get two simultaneous picks. Huge picks in this round for them.
30 seconds left.
Satan now going to swing out, but can't seem to find anyone. Look how deep the chamber has gotten in the meantime, all the way up towards screens. And Blue Penguin manages to catch one of the rotating players. They have two players flanking around, though. They have no idea that they're even there. It's all down to Blue Penguin in a 1 versus 2. Will he spot out the Sage? No, crosses for free. Sky is so low here. He just taps him through the screen. But the Sage heal will start to go down. Gonna recover that 100 HP. Back to full health now. Shoot.
One enemy remaining.
Disguise the footsteps. Blue Penguin gonna find one. Teleport into the open is the wrong thing to do. Oh no, you hate to see it. Back to back and a secure another round for Trinity Homies.
Oh, that was a really close round, neck and neck until the end, but a little bit of a misplay there to come out of the Ulster. Omen on track for the 1v2 clutch, but miscalculates the position of that last player. Really unfortunate as well, because like you mentioned, that player had no armor, could have been a couple of bullets to take him out of the equation, maybe a headshot to boot, and Ulster could have gotten that third round instead. Now it's going to be their turn to be in a bit of an economic deficit. Sheriffs across the board, a triple stack towards his A side, and they're looking to get aggressive along with this Blade Storm. However, the early Seekers to come out will force Melody Satan back here. Not going to be able to do too much damage with the knives, and with all three of those Seekers going towards the side, they know that there's a heavy stack, and with those early picks coming in, it seems like they still want to push the issue. But in fact, to come out as well. Despite that, Melody's staying alive somehow with the knives to find these kills. A 2v2 situation now, and finally, Blue Potter Plan takes care of the Jet. It's just down to Benzino. Nero Theft to come out, and that's a rifle that you could possibly retrieve to make this round a little bit more viable. However, Blue Potter Plan, reading that perfectly, will choose to get aggressive in his face and deny the clutch.
I'll outshine all their radius.
Yeah, that was just two stacks running into each other and having an all-out brawl. And as we said as we were warming up for this game, that Phoenix run it back just so valuable, getting in, managing to take down a couple of players, especially when they have control of that A main position. They can just send the Phoenix through without really much care. And not only did he manage to find picks, he managed to stay alive. So huge value out of the run it back now, as we see a good bit of mid pressure coming out from the side of Trinity this round. And this is what I like to see teams do. When you have that Sage playing towards mid and you know that they have a tendency to drop that Sage wall right away, you really need to just play towards mid at the start of the round, break that wall, make them know that they're just going to be wasting it, so they stop using it.
Yeah, I think that that's definitely been done so far by Ulster, but the problem with that is that if that wall isn't there, it just lets you push up into mid for free. Be in mid control being contested very deeply. Now a 2v4 situation on the retake, just up to Blue Penguin and his Cypher teammate. Already though, Blue Penguin's position has been spotted out. Benzine might have a chance to catch back-to-back, but instead it's going to be back-to-back to find both of these kills back-to-back, because I just have to do that.
Well,
I'll let you have that one.
Thank you.
But yeah, like, so far they've been showing, like, great tendencies. Like, they struggled early on to deal with that Cypher and the Sage Wall in mid, but they've adapted pretty well so far. Now going as far as, you know, making sure that Sage Wall in mid is instantly broken just so that the Sage doesn't have any security in mid. It's really hard without someone like, you know, Raze or something to really get into that B site with those trips and the camera up on the wall as well. It means that you really do, if you're going towards B, you have to send someone towards mid to try get a distraction, pull a player. But the moment, just going to be poking and prodding for information. Cypher trip will be taken down early on. But because of that cyber cage just on top of that arch, it makes it so hard to be able to do anything here. You can push up and try to get him to waste it, but you may end up losing your life for it. But Alpha Wolf just Satan got really overeager, didn't check his corners, and did get taken down. So straight away with that kill, re-aggression towards that A site comes out from Trinity, and it's a simple mistake as that, just overextending and getting caught out, that can give up the site for free.
A little bit unfortunate there with that kind of pick. And remember, this is an eco round for Ulster, not much to work with economically when it comes to the firepower. At least they have the information that there's two players tucked away into that cubby on site. Ghost in hand, it's going to be Axo to try and find some damage. Does find that first kill. However, back-to-back still playing spoilsport all the way down towards main. A second kill to boot. And now it's just Benzino with the Sheriff in hand is able to at least take out one player's head. Mr. Wallace being shut down, but the trade is immediately there from Trinity Homies. And they're playing exactly how Homies should in the post plans, holding hands, making sure that if somebody goes down, it's not for nothing. And overall, they look a little bit more comfortable on this map so far, at least when it comes to the attacking side, because they've just been super good at taking control of these choke points. In particular, I think that for Trinity, the Chamber, Alpha has been incredibly good with his lurks. Like, so many of these rounds, we've seen him just walk up A, find that kill, and call for that immediate rotate. And Ulster, they have to be careful about how exactly they're letting these lanes go through, because Trinity, so many of these rounds, they just find that control for free, and they're quick to rotate off the back of it.
Aggression coming out from Ulster. They know they have to make something change. They already find an open pick with that aggression. But the Odin spam gets taken down by Satan, so Sage Wall for the res, but it's not going to happen. They have too many players here to be able to cover it. They're going to be able to find the two picks, and now the aggression, but the site has been opened up with the Cypher pushing out. It's the one thing you don't do with Cypher is push that push that issue. Back to back, he's going to find another kill. Has been so big in his game, but at the end of the day, Axo going to be able to find, I think it was a 4K in the round. Finally going to get their team back on the board, and it looks like they're a bit excited about that one.
Exactly what you want to see from your Sage, the battle Sage that we hear about so often coming out to play here. That said, though, we saw some nice adaptations coming out of the Trinity side. I think you saw the Orbital Strike being invested as well when they heard the Skydog coming in. So they were like, yeah, free kill. But unfortunately, they committed a lot of ultimates and were not able to win the round despite that. So things going to be looking a little bit more challenging for them as we head into this next one. Finally going to have a pull for chess again. So that's going to be useful. Running back again coming into play as they look to push onto this ace site. Penguin going to be spraying through the smoke despite being hit by the Seeker. Still able to find a kill onto Mr. Moloch, so that's the opening that they desperately need. And Blue F8 still on site trying to hold strong, will finally get taken down here. The push from Axo, though, it's impeccable. Finds at least one, and things remain even at a 3v3 until AAA Minister takes that crucial kill. Now it's just the Cypher and the Omen against the world here. 2v3 scenario, looking for a little bit of damage. Benzino finds the first at least, but now with that spike plant going down, it's going to come down to just one player, the Chamber, to try and clutch it out. Playing towards elbow, has to find the timing, but Blue Penguin, watching the angle, more than ready for it, will close it out in Ulster. They find a fourth.
Yeah, way better TP from Blue Penguin this time. Manages to get it off in time. Covers the angle for Benzino, who's trying to recover a rifle. And starting to come back from them now. 2 rounds strung together. Still a lot of money sitting on the side of Trinity. They have 6k on back-to-back. They had 8k on Alpha Wolf, I believe, who's still investing in only half armor. Really trying to make sure that they have money going forward. Dropping a teammate, I believe, just then. And this is a strat that we've seen Fnatic coin, you know, the half armor vandal thing, just to try to save money. I think it's over the course of a game you save enough to buy 2 extra rifles or something. It's a weird statistic, but it does work out. Actually going to opt to go for the full armor. Isn't going to risk it. And we actually do see an op come out on Satan as well. This is the first one we've seen of this game. Watching a main with it for the time being. We're going to see if they can get some good value out of it. Pressure towards mid as well. Kind of a slow play coming out from Trinity. We have seen them do this in the past in this half, but gonna have to see what they can actually get done with it. Oh, the cage timing is perfect for Benzino. Manages to take down Mr. Molsk. And there it is, walking into the op. Alpha Wolf will get taken down. They now know the op is there. They know it exists. Benzino gonna find another one on a blue potted plant. It's all falling apart for Trinity Homies in this round. They've just walked into 2 very defensive sides. Not playing over aggressive this time, just playing it slow and walking into crosshairs, dying one at a time. Flash will give them info that someone is still B main.
2v5.
Oh my god.
Another
time
cage.
to set up another cyber cage.
The Cypher is not messing around. Another one way to buy even more time, denying these players from really getting into sight at all. It's a testament to Trinity's perseverance that they're still trying to push this side, but in a 2v5 with the clock having ticked as far as it has, it might be better to just try to save these guns. Now it's just up to AAA Minister. Not much time left on the clock. Has to get the plant down. Still a couple of players on side. At least able to find a kill for his troubles. But Melody, Satan will be the one to shove him back underground. At least for that round. Everyone's going to be coming back for this one. But for Ulster, at least, they finally managed to stabilize on this defensive side. The operator, of course, now... Trinity know that it's going to be on the table, so hopefully they can be a little bit more careful. They do have a couple of flash agents to work with to try and push it off the angle, so hopefully we're going to be seeing a little bit more of that cautiousness coming out. But for Ulster, at least, they have a lot of ults to work with in this round if necessary, so I think that it's definitely looking to be in their favor unless Trinity pull out kind of a barrier.
You want to play?
We're going to get an early off-duel from the Chamber and the Jet, but both of them whiffed their shots. I believe there was a Skydog there as well. I think that may be what the Chamber went for on that swing, because if he got stunned there, the Jet just walks up and kills him. Especially when you have an office Chamber, you're pretty much just, oh my god, they didn't check the corner. Okay, it could have been catastrophic, but it was only a minor issue. Trades going on towards that mid. Now as they spread out, aggression coming out as well from back to back, trying to see if they could find the enemy Sky, who did retreat back up into heaven. But Zeno still just anchoring here. Safe ball, I think, was placed down towards CT, gonna cover him off. Bomb now will be planted, but oh, the spy cam dart. Are you gonna pull it out? No? Okay, well they have full info that he's sitting behind the sage wall. Is he gonna go up the rope? He has to go up the rope, surely.
This is the most awkward 1v1 I've ever seen.
I was gonna say he's not gonna be able to get that res off, surely. What is he aiming?
Oh my god,
that's one of those awkward ones where it's like, if that cam dart didn't hit him, maybe you'd get away with it, but
oh,
I don't know if he meant to put the wall there. I don't know if he meant to put it into CT and just like mislined it or something, but anyway, round goes over. It's 6-6 now. Pretty even game. After what we've seen from the start of that half, I honestly thought that Trinity had their attack side down, and because they were really getting like into the swing of things. We're slowly figuring out the defense, but it just seemed like after a while that they just started falling into like the same early issues that they had, and all of a sudden they just started losing rounds again, and there was a couple of retakes there for the side of Ulster. But new half, we're going to see what they what changes we see. Now, obviously, biggest change, there's no Cypher on the defensive side right now. There's only the Chamber, which is pretty unconventional. Cypher cam goes up high. Gonna burn a headhunter shot on it. He only bought 4 of those.
Oh. Well, that's 3 of them gone already. A little bit unfortunate. Those bullets aren't exactly cheap, so you don't want to be burning through them like that in a pistol round. Off the back of those shots being not exactly hitting players, it will be the site completely taken by the squad. Ulster setting up these crossfires. They have a player towards heaven as well, so a little bit more control than you'd expect already. Satan able to find that kill onto Alpha Wolf here, looking for a second one towards CT, but it's at least going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Ulster maintaining the numbers advantage as they play on site. All 3 remaining players for Trinity look to flood in through main here, have the flash to work with. They jump forward, find the first point of contact, take out back-to-back, and now it's a 2v2 situation, make that a 1v2. It's all down to the Omen. Blue Penguin still has a TP to work with, position spotted, spike not planted for him, so he's gonna have to go all the way around here, back-to-back, able to get half the defuse, but it's a little bit too much to stick onto as Blue Penguin just walks around the corner and takes that kill to get Ulster a pistol and a lead.
Yeah, getting the pistol on the attack side is also just so good for this half, and we seen that on the opposite when Trinity won their pistol. Just gets their half off to a good start, especially when you're on attack, because this map can be difficult for the attacking side if the defense is really strong. Now, I don't know how the comp for Trinity is going to do on this defense, with only having the Chamber as their primary sentinel. And it looks like we're going to have a very similar round 2, just with the teams doing just with the opposite teams. A full A push, but the opposite team decided to go B, so a bit unfortunate. Wait, what are they're going, wait. Wait, they had full heaven control. They're going back mid to B. The Phoenix may be able to hear them here. Wait a minute. Phoenix, oh yeah, the Phoenix has full info. They're all waiting behind a tripwire over on A.
Oh no, that's a little bit bad timing. A good read though. They're able to get the site and get that plant down. Blue bottom plant, in fact, looking to get a plant. It's right in front of him here, so he might be able to at least get that first kill. The smoke going away at the worst time. But now looking for a little bit more. A flash is good. And I think that's just a little bit of a distraction, a sleight of hand, hoping that the rest of the team could find something. And Mr. Moloch does succeed at that at the very least. Molly now for a little bit more attempt at zoning. Alpha Wolf able to take out Benzino in the motion here. Now a 2v2 situation. Both players from the attackers towards heaven looking to deny this possible defuse here. Playing a little bit more up close and personal, and Blue FE will find that kill. Now it's just a 1v1. No real time for the defuse to come through, and Blue FE has played it to perfection. 4 kills on the round for the Sky, and another attacking round to succeed for Ulster, but that was very expensive for an anti-eco. Trinity Homies had nothing but pistols, and they took away 4 of these guns. So this round, it's probably going to have to be either a really awkward bonus with just a couple of Sheriffs and a Spectre, or a full investment coming out of Ulster.
They're buying.
Yep.
They're buying. They're going for it. I see 3 Vandals.
I like
Benzino's toying with buying as well.
I like you.
They went for it. Like, you managed to get 4 guns off of them, but they actually decided to invest in this 3rd round. They have to make it worth it now. They've already taken down a Vandal off of Trinity. They really need, Trinity really need to secure this round, otherwise this half is going to look it's going to become a bit of an issue for them. They already have a Vandal down. They can possibly recover that onto either Benzino or Blue F8, and then they have that extra Vandal that they couldn't afford. An upgrade for Blue F8 would be huge here for their economy.
Oh no,
Brim is pushed up right into the smoke. Did they spot his leg? I don't think they didn't spot his foot. Okay. It was like inches away, of course, because we can see the outlines. It was like they took one more step to the right, they could see his foot, but
lucky.
No, pressure towards mid. Pressure towards mid coming out. Looks like it's going to be that B hit. Back to back has to go big here. But the spraying, manages to get 1, gets a second.
30
before
seconds
falling.
left.
Vandal recovered now for Blue F8. Well, gonna watch off CT, but the timing is there for Blue F8. Just turns around in time.
Planted.
Very different Sage walls coming out. each round from the attacking Sage. Keeping them on their toes. Alpha will be spotted out by Blue Penguin. Going to be a third for him in the round. And if you're Trinity, what do you do here? You're back. You know, you bought up full this round. They forced into it, and Ulster forced into it. Gonna keep 3 of those AKs. So what do you do?
Well, you gotta go for a thrifty first, because that was your full buy, and with your economy being kind of thrown in the dumpster like that, it's gonna have to be a reset for Trinity. A bit unfortunate letting their opponent kind of run away with the momentum here, but they have no choice. They have to go in for that eco so they can buy up for the next one. No ultimates really to work with either. A turret, of course, would have been nice to have, but it seems like Alpha Wolf doesn't need it. It's just gonna be a sheriff shot to the head and an immediate rendezvous back towards the site. So Alpha Wolf looking for a little bit more value here. Might be able to find the second, but instead just gets sprayed down by Blue Penguin through the box, bringing things back down to a 4v4. Run it back now, popped here to find a little bit of value possibly towards the defenders. Blue Penguin towards Heaven though finds another kill. Quick trades all across the board, and Blue Penguin still holding strong, playing spoil sport towards Heaven. Vandal in hand, spraying through, looking for these crucial kills, on track for the ace. In fact, at this close range, the judge, it might prove to be everything, but Blue Penguin still finds the kill. It's just going to be the Phoenix alive, and unfortunately, Blue FB more than ready to find that kill. That will be another round, double digits coming in for Ulster, and that is 8 rounds that they managed to win in a row so far. Huge momentum to kick in.
Yeah, and now as we go back onto their full buy, they really need something big coming out of this round. No ultimates available, or the only ultimate available is that orbital strike on Brim. It's looking like he's going to be peeking towards mid early here. You really don't want this Brim going down. Your only smoker. Oh no, he gets caught out with a flash, doesn't get into vents.
I think you jinxed him.
I think I did. I think I Casper cursed it. He has been taken down early. Sagewell gets put down outside of B, but segment of it will be broken. Got to be caught out for mid. That Brim dying early gives him full access to Heaven. Makes those B players very unsafe and gonna get taken down. Spike is nowhere near the site at the moment, though. Gonna be taking his time getting in. 3 members left. 2 members left on the side of Trinity now. Have it a lot to do. And there's flank coming in from mid as well. Making a good bit of noise. Back-to-back should be able to know he's here.
1 enemy remaining.
Oh, but the neural theft is going to give him all the information he needs. Alpha Wolf trying to use the pings to break their ankles, but has to try to go big here. Can't find the kill.
Not that scary.
And since they switched sides, it's just been all Ulster.
9 rounds in a row. No joke here. Ulster really just running away with the game at this point, and they show no signs of stopping. They have the ultimates to work with as well in this particular one. The Resurrection for the Sage, the Seekers for the Sky. A lot, if they want, they even have the Bladestorm on the Jet, and of course, a bit of info ults available from Blue Penguin, or a quick rotation if necessary. So with all of the ults in their pocket, they're happy to just try to push this A site very quickly. Again, a bit of an economic awkward spot for Trinity Homies to be in, but you do have a judge to play with at this close range. Orbital strike gonna be put in as well, so that might do a decent chunk of damage to some of these players, and will buy a little bit of time for the rotations to come in at the very least. Although it seems like Ulster Valorant, they still want to contest on this side. Molas finds the opener thanks to the Sheriff, but still, players on site, off the back of the flash, look to find something. The stinger shots go wide, but the Guardian doesn't here. Now it's a 2v2 situation as Benzino finds another kill. Looking for just a little bit more. Knows there's a player towards CG. Blue Penguin with the smokes might be able to get the spike down. And this wraparound from Maid, it's going to be everything. Alpha Wolf finds that kill. And now that the position of both of these players are known, it's just going to be a quick rotate over to the B site. Has the ult and the site all to himself. And Ulster, he has a chance to play out this 1v2.
Spike planted.
Yeah. As well, if he can win out this round, that tour de force off of Chamber being invested is a huge ultimate. Will be taken down now, back to a 1 versus 1. It's the perfect play coming up from Blue Penguin. TP over to the site, knows he's in a 1v2, so gets aggressive to start it off, secures it into a 1v1, makes it so much safer for himself. And now just has one more player to contest with, back to back, who has looked great so far in this game. Gonna have to make noise drop down. But at the end of the day, Blue Penguin going huge. to clutch it out and bring his team to match point.
Put them to sleep.
That was a really nice 1v2 to come out of Blue Penguin. Like you mentioned, the awareness that he could go aggressive to find that opening kill, bring it down to a 1v1, and after that just play time or play wrap around the smokes, whatever utility he has. He did a really great job at it, and he is top fragging right now as well. 2.3 KDA, 23 kills to his name, and really just having an absolute game. I think that with that round being over, there is still something left in the bank for Trinity Homies. They are going to be able to buy up. They also have a resurrection of their own to invest in this particular round if it comes down to it. But that said, Ulster, they have gotten 10 rounds in a row at this point, just no hesitation at all, and it seems like they're continuing their winning ways, again looking to aggress onto that B side.
Taking it slow coming into this round. They only need one more round. I believe they were spotted by AAA. Oh, Benzino, not expecting Alpha Wolf to be in such a tight corner. Gotta find one, but the refrag comes out mid. They succeed on one side of the map. Over aggression costs them so much on the opposite side. They've sold the fake. The rotate has come out from the side of Trinity, and they're already heading right back to A. They have two players here to try contest, but they have to go big early on this push. You know, flash up towards Heaven. Rendezvous out from Alpha Wolf. Satan gonna get caught out. Huge from Alpha Wolf, finds two.
30 seconds left.
On for another. Down to 30 HP, can't find it. But he's done so much damage to try to keep his team alive. Still no sight taken.
One enemy remaining. One dead.
Oh, Axel gets two. Managed to walk all the way through A, up through screens. Only 11 seconds left on the clock, though. No time available. Don't res.
Oh no, that's...
Oh no.
That's so unfortunate there. They invested the res, not able to find the round, though at least they take out this player. So off the back of time, Trinity Homies are going to be able to scrape together the win to stay in it. But really, that came down to the wire there. The positioning from Axo to be able to find those couple of kills and just try to get onto site. If he had a few more seconds, I feel like that could have been the clutch to come out of the squad. But for now, Trinity Homies, they're 5 rounds away from pushing this into a possible overtime. Economy still in a bit of a rough spot here. No ults to work with this time around either. I think that for them, Alpha Wolf was phenomenal in that last round to find that triple kill back up towards ramps and just make it so expensive for Ulster. We need more individual heroics to come out of the Trinity side here. So far, it's been very hit or miss with the kind of plays that they've been running, and now Blue Potted Plants in the corner has a judge ready to go, will be spotted out, at least finds that first kill, but it's just going to be a 1-for-1 trade as Ulster flood the side here. In fact, they're going to be finding another couple of kills to boot. Axel with a huge kill onto the Sage, keeping the numbers in Ulster's favor. Mr. Mollusk, if he can find a kill on the lurk here, it might be huge. The Cyber Cage, the positioning more than aware of it. It's all down to Mr. Mollusk to keep this map from slipping out of his team's hands. 12-7, all on the line here. Neural Theft as well to make things worse, and now they know exactly where this poor Brimstone is. They are just trying to play together here, holding down the crossfire. Mr. Mollusk trying to isolate the fights, does spot out the Cypher, knows exactly where the players are, gets the first headshot, and now it's just Mollusk versus Benzino here. Benzino's been really good so far throughout the event, but it's just going to come down to whether he can find this final kill or not, or at least play Ring Around the Rosie long enough to get this map completed. Taps the spike. Benzino knows that it's not the defuse coming through, so he will be able to take up a closer position. A lot of time has been bought. However, it's going to be Mr. Mollusk to find the kill and the clutch to keep Trinity Homies in this. It came down to the wire there, but we are going again.
That's why they put me in charge.
After that previous round, the ending of that previous round, I wasn't too sure about how it was going to go, but apparently Resing Mr. Mollusk was the right decision, because when Trinity rezzed him, he had a Guardian going into that round and used it to win out the round in a 1v2 clutch. So, fair play. They managed to win it out, keep themselves alive. Still 4 rounds away from bringing this back to OT. Looks like they're going to be going for an A hit as well. On the side of Ulster, it's been successful for them so far. There's 3 players on Trinity here. The flash is perfect, lands right on front of 2. The big Phoenix flash. Benzino finds 1. They've managed to refrag
Cover going out.
onto say 10, but
Oh no.
Spam through the smoke. It's a bloodbath from both sides, just trying to secure this round. Tour de Force is popped from Trinity. They know that if they're down, to try whatever they can do. Back-to-back finds 2 huge kills. But Blue F8 is the one with the spike. Got like we seen from the Omen previously, going aggressive. Knows they're in a 1v2. Has to find something. But look at Trinity staying together, making sure they don't fall into that same mistake they made last time, and are so aware. But Blue F8 manages to find Alpha Wolf. It was a 1v1. But that's why you play together, so you can get that refrag. Great awareness from Trinity to not send Alpha Wolf off to their death, try to retake B like they did previously. And this game just keeps going.
12-9, Trinity really narrowing the gap. They found a couple of rounds in a row when the economy for the side of Ulster finally a little bit shaky here. They still have money for 2 rifles and a couple of ultimates, but I think 2 of their players are going to be playing with only pistols, and there's a Spectre in the mix as well, so a little bit uneven in that sense. That said, though, I think for Ulster, they've been kind of struggling in the close situations. I think that they could have had a chance to play out that 1v1 in the previous round, but a little bit of overconfidence to come out of Blue FA. Takes the 1v1 when he could have played for the spike in time and loses it, unfortunately. I think that for Ulster, they have to try and be a little bit more careful when it comes down to the post plan. So far, it's been a bit slow, hit or miss. Orbital Strike now invested by Trinity to clear out mid early on here. But unfortunately, at this range, there's not going to be too much they can do. Just a 1-for-1 trade so far. Melody with the Knives able to find the trade, looking for a little bit more. The off angle being held though by AAA Minister will take care of that. And between Alpha Wolf and AAA Minister, mid is completely under lockdown. Just 2 players left for Ulster's side, Zeno as well as his teammate Omen. They're able to find that first kill onto Alpha Wolf, making it a little bit more challenging. Looking to seek out this angle, possibly take out this player towards mid. There's a flank as well, possibly coming in from the Phoenix. So they got to be careful as to where they're approaching. With 30 seconds left, they got to go somewhere. At least they have control of the spike. Find the fight, but not able to get the kills. It's AAA Minister to win that duel out. And Benzino, with 23 seconds left, decides to go towards A, walks right into back-to-back, and it will be Trinity to get to number 10.
Yeah, resurgence coming from Trinity. 4 rounds on the trot now. Trying to keep themselves alive in this game. They've really just figured out Ulster. This is very similar to what we've seen in the previous half. You know, going down early and coming back, but it's completely flipped on its head. Now it looks like once again we're going to see Ulster just try to go for a stack play, but the response from Trinity is 3 players over towards A. They are trying to predict as much as they can, trying to figure out where these teams are going. And early smokes coming out will give away some sort of presence, paranoia. Alpha will be able to use their rendezvous to get off of the site. This time they're putting a lot more emphasis on the actual site rather than playing towards heaven. It is a 1-for-1 trade so far, with the spike heading towards the site, but the spike was on Axo. It wasn't on the right member, and the site had been taken, but no spike planted. It is a huge misstep coming out from the side of Ulster, and we are 1 round away from overtime.
Incredible comeback out of the Trinity squad to be able to win. I don't even know how many rounds in a row that is. Probably like 5 or 6 because I'm bad at math.
Now.
Yeah, I'm bad at math, so I guess that's why I'm a caster and not, you know, doing something else. But either way, I think for Trinity, they've been really good at adapting. They've been willing to take those scrappy fights and fight for mid control, and they have also kind of just set up Alpha Wolf for success with the chamber. I think that he's been pretty consistent in finding those opening picks throughout this map. So the fact is that as long as Alpha Wolf is able to find a pick or 2 before being taken down and just maintain the crossfires with his teammates, it's going to be what they need. This time around, again, early mid pressure being committed by the side of the Trinity squad. By the side of the Ulster squad. They look to go for a mid to A split possibly, though you do have the Omen still lurking around B. You can already see the rotation coming in as well from these defenders, looking to kind of bolster up the A side off the back of all that noise. But the spike itself, it's probably going to be looking to go towards B instead, where there is an Odin lying in wait.
Molly.
Oh, great timing on the Molotov. Blue Penguin just on the edge of it, it seems. It landed a bit short. And now 1 kill actually going to go over to Ulster. Paranoia onto from Blue Penguin, just trying to sell that they're actually on the opposite side, but trades coming out over towards A as well. Oh, the Rez comes down.
Oh no.
Manages to kill the Sage, but couldn't kill the Resurrected. Back to a 2 versus 4. Blue Penguin not going to be able to catch Mr. Molsk. That's huge on this rotation coming in. Going to be able to recover a Vandal as well. Now on a 2 versus 3. Once again, playing together on the side of Ulster, sending 2 players up towards ramp, just trying to watch for whatever they can. It's really back-to-back. Playing first contact here. Going to have to see if they can find this kill. And he does. Mr. Molsk finds a second.
Oh.
And a third. And we're going to overtime.
Trinity had all the cards in that. Ulster had all the cards in the final round. It was a 4v2, but Trinity, they somehow managed to find all of these crucial kills to be able to push us to overtime here. First game was 13-11. Second one's overtime. Seems kind of fitting that's what we're getting out of our first day of the series. And so far, if you look at the top fraggers, it's Blue Penguin with 26 kills to his name for Ulster, and Alpha Wolf with a 30 bomb already for Trinity's side. And there's probably going to be a couple more coming from all of these players. It's been pretty neck and neck. I think that the biggest change that we saw was a much more successful defense coming out of Trinity. Like we talked about, a little bit of that early aggression that was rewarded so often. Now though, once again, the sides are going to be swapped. Ulster's back on defense, and they have an operator, a hero operator without armor or anything in the hands of Melody. So let's see if that finds value, because it is positioned towards this A site where this execute seems to be coming in.
Yeah, Satan, they tried this before, and it did have some success. The Molotov, no armor! Oh, 22 HP on Satan. Dash is already running out, and with that jet nerf, only 7 seconds on it. Dash can't stick around. They were fully aware of the potential of an operator there. Played that so well on the side of Trinity. Now, Satan gonna have to try to get some value out of this op. Doesn't go for the swing. Finds first onto back-to-back, though. Goes for a re-swing, but AAA is ready and waiting. Blue 8 finds 2, though. Goes unchecked in the corner. Pop flash around the wall from screens, and it's just a clean defensive hold coming out from Ulster.
I like that bait and switch tactic where, you know, you see the op, you assume like usually there's an operator. That's only going to be 1 player on site. Let's just try to run in. And then there's just Blue F8 tucked into the corner there. They were not expecting that second player, and he gets a couple of kills for free. Really nice flash as well to push back the 2 remaining players and prevent that refrag from coming in. Overall, pretty strong defense to come out of the Ulster side, and now they're once again on match point. Trinity, though, they looked a bit hit or miss in their own defensive rounds. They were able to kind of pull it together towards the end, so let's see if they can continue that kind of streak as we head into this particular round here. Ulster still in the lead, and they look to get a little bit aggressive.
Do or die here for Trinity. They've made the comeback to OT while on that attack side, so now gonna have to switch over now on the defense. Gotta see what they can do. Have to tie up somehow. Taking it slow and actually playing very, very carefully on this defense. Blue Potted Planet should be spotted out by the Sky Dog. Gives them time to start pushing up. Sage Wall goes down to try block off the access into post. But the Paranoia coming out. Minister actually managed to get a wall flash. That's a huge pickup. Managing to secure a 1-for-1 in that situation is huge. Back-to-back, tried to go for the duck on the rope. Mr. Molsk will be spotted as well by Satan. It's all falling apart for Trinity. Now in a 2v4. Bomb heading towards A. They have to try find some picks early. They've been able to do it in the past. Can they do it again? Blue Potted Flank going to be spotted. Wallbang goes down. Takes him so low, but not going to finish it off just yet. Peak while reloading from Satan. Can he be taken down? Now the swarm of the attacking players going to try to seal this game out. They know they have it in the bag. Alpha Wolf has been looking so good in this game so far, but has to try to do something. It's not enough. And that is game 14-12. Ulster Valorant going to go up 1-1 in week 1. And yeah, what a banger of a game. Two 6-6 halves. Like, I don't know what I expected, but that was very.
I feel a little bit bad for Alpha Wolf there. 30 bombs, 6 first bloods, did everything he could to keep that team going. But hey, that's why this is a team game. At the end of the day, everybody is going to perform on your side. I think that after that match today, it was just a little bit better of a better performance that we saw coming out of Ulster's side. I think that especially in that second half, they were able to kind of keep calm, even though they were on match point for so long and Trinity made that comeback with 6 rounds in a row. They were able to stay cool and make sure that in the overtime, they had their strategy in place and they weren't making any mistakes. Like, you know, that last round, for example, it was a 2v4. You know, in the previous rounds, we saw them lose 2v4s where they got a little bit aggressive, gave away free kills, all that stuff. But they played so patiently in that final round. So definitely really nice adaptation coming out of them towards the end. And that will get them, like you mentioned, their first win in the Swiss stage.
Yeah, and that's the benefit of Swiss. You know, you're always going up against teams of the same, you know, of the same caliber, and obviously that first game that we seen this evening, or at least the first Swiss generation, the, you know, the seeding will be a little bit skewed because we don't have time, or we didn't have time to, or it's not random, so you may not see teams, you may see a couple of stomps in that first round, but the second round we are going to get a lot closer games, and especially now that we have the first, especially now that we have this first 2 rounds done. Next week we should get a lot, like we've already had 2 close games today, and it's only going to continue on as we go on. I do actually just want to double check really quickly how the second games went, because I'm not sure if all of them have finished, but if they have, I do want to double check if TUD, so TUD actually won their second game 13-4 against another one of the TUD teams, TUD Ivory. So our champions are currently 2-0 going into week 2, which is kind of big, but that's going to be it for us this weekend for Valorant, this week for Valorant anyway. But that is not it for the Irish Esports Collegiate Series. There is, of course, a whole week worth of games for you coming up. Tomorrow we have, I believe it's Rocket League, and then Wednesday we have CS2, the what people have been waiting for ages. I think that's going to be a hype stream. First tournament for CS2 in Irish Collegiate, and then we have League of Legends on Thursday, and I believe F1 may be starting on Friday. I have to double check. Keep an eye on the Discord and Twitter for that. But yeah, great first stream from me and Zach. We hope you all enjoyed, and we will see you guys next time.